Joe Simpson and Simon Yates were best friends and expert climbers. In 1985, they decided to climb Ciudad Grande, a mountain in Peru that is over 6,300 meters high. Joe and Simon decided to climb up the western side of the mountain. It was a very dangerous and difficult climb. After a long, tiring day, they finally reached the top. They felt great because they were the first climbers to reach the top by climbing up the western side. The weather was getting bad, so they needed to descend the mountain quickly. It was difficult to climb down. There was a lot of ice, and soon it started snowing hard. It was very cold and windy. Suddenly, Joe fell and began to slide down the mountain. He was sliding very fast. Then, his foot hit a rock and he stopped. He felt a strong pain. His leg and knee were broken. "Joe, are you okay?" Simon shouted. "I broke my leg," Joe shouted back. Simon climbed down to Joe. Simon was worried. Then he looked at their ropes and had an idea. "I can help you with our ropes," Simon explained. Simon attached himself to a rock and lowered Joe with his rope. Joe was in terrible pain, but it was important to get back to base camp before dark. Simon slowly lowered Joe down with the ropes, but they were surrounded by thick clouds, and it was impossible to see anything. Joe suddenly fell over the side of a cliff. "Simon! Simon, stop!" Joe screamed. There was white all around him and nothing under his feet. He was suspended in the air. "Simon! Pull me up!" Joe yelled. But Simon couldn't hear him. With the snow and wind, it was impossible for the men to see or hear each other. Simon waited there for a long time, and he started to feel very tired and cold. He shouted to Joe, but there was only silence. Simon started to think that Joe was dead. Finally, to save his own life, Simon decided to cut the rope. But Joe wasn't dead. When Simon cut the rope, Joe fell down the cliff and into a hole in the ice. He was inside a glacier. His body hurt a lot, but he was alive. Joe didn't want to die. He climbed through a tunnel in the ice. After a long time, he came out of the glacier and started crawling slowly. When Simon arrived at base camp, he went to his tent. He was safe, but very sad. Simon looked up at the mountain and listened for Joe's shouts, but he heard nothing. After 3 long days, he realized that Joe was not coming back. He planned to leave the next day. The next morning, the sun was shining, and there wasn't any wind. Very far away, Simon heard Joe shouting, "Simon!" He opened the tent and looked around. In the distance, he saw his friend crawling towards him in the snow. It was amazing. Joe was alive.